So welcome to Yin Yoga class. Today we'll be working with our posture, so lengthening our spine, creating space around our hips and our shoulders to give us a long, graceful posture and to help us hold and contain ourselves in the central line. So when we're moving from day to day and picking up shopping bags and children and all sorts of things, this helps us to maintain our length, our strength and our grace. So let's come to a comfortable position. Allow your hands to rest on your thighs. Your palms can be down or you can turn them up to the sky. Allowing eyes to softly close. And let's just take a moment here to notice how we're feeling. So firstly, noticing your emotions. If you're feeling calm or a little frantic. And once you've identified this feeling or emotion in your body, start to notice if you're holding these sensations in your muscles. So if you have a frantic mind, are you feeling it around your heart? If you're feeling a bit of anxiety, maybe you're feeling it around your lower back. So just noticing if you're carrying tension or stress. And let's take a big breath in together, just to cleanse and soothe our bodies and minds. So inhale in, sigh out through your mouth, shed your day. Allow every muscle to soften and drop. Taking another cleansing breath in and let go. So from here, allowing the crown of your head to reach to the sky. Begin to press your sitting bones down into the ground. So creating this nice long line with your spine. And begin to notice if you're holding your shoulders. Just allow them to soften. Notice if you're holding your hips, and just encourage them now to drop. And we'll take a moment now to scan our minds around our body, encouraging a sense of relaxation and a deep sense of calm. So as we move around our bodies, we'll encourage each area to relax and rest. So drawing your awareness to your face. Noticing if you're scrunching your face, maybe frowning, or gripping around your jaw or the back of your ears. With your next breath out, see if you can soften your face. So relaxing between your eyebrows, softening around your eyes. And start to allow your face to become expansive. Moving down the back of your neck, noticing knots or tension that you can dissolve with your awareness and your breath. From the back of your neck, gliding across the tops of your shoulders, sweeping down both arms, allowing them to be heavy, and down to your hands, feeling the weight of your hands on your lap. And moving up to the backs of your shoulders. That broad space across your upper back. Taking a moment to notice, perhaps you might be gripping on one side. Perhaps one shoulder sits a little higher than the other. And just encourage it to soften. Moving down now to the middle of your back. Almost imagining, feeling each vertebrae, each muscle that runs up the length of your spine. Moving down to your lower back. Feeling into both sides. Again, any sensations of tension or pain, just allowing them to soften with your breath and your attention. Noticing if your hips have gathered tension again. And with your breath out, allow them to drop. Allowing this relaxation to run down both legs, past your knees, to your lower legs, feet and toes. And then we draw our attention to our belly. Feeling if you're gripping tight here, this space we often hold on for dear life. So see if you can gently let go. Perhaps leaning back just a little into the back of your body. This can help create a little space around the pelvic bowl. We start to switch on the muscles in the back, which allows the muscles of the front to soften a little. They don't need to do all of the work. And drawing your awareness up to your chest. And as you breathe in, allow your collarbones to broaden. Feeling your heart lift. And now taking a few breaths together. First observing without changing your breath. So noticing the quality of your breath. Are you breathing fast or slow? Deep or shallow? Now we'll take control of the breath. So we'll inhale slowly for your count to 4 through our noses down to our bellies. Feeling belly expand, chest and ribs lift and open. And to exhale, allowing the breath out through your nose, or softly hugging your navel in and up, and squeezing your pelvic floor upwards. Releasing all of this to allow the breath to flow smoothly back in. So all of this without pushing, trying, or overinflating. Just a smooth rhythm. With every breath in, feel yourself get a little longer, the crown of your head reaching up another inch or so. Taking another 2 breaths here. And when you're ready, slowly letting go of the breath, allowing eyes to gently open as you orientate yourself back into the room. Very, very slowly, we're going to start lying down. So one of those beautiful practices where we just go super gently, keeping ourselves relaxed. And we're going to come down to the floor. And we're going to start with a lower back release. So this helps to lengthen out, create some space. So lying gently on the floor, and we'll hug our right knee into our chest. So here, keeping the shoulder blades pressing down into the ground. So keeping nice space from the shoulders, neck, no crunching up here. I'm not actively pulling in. I'm letting my hands rest on my right thigh, my right leg. And here, just feeling a little stretch across the opposite hip on the front side. And a bit of a release in the lower back here. So allow everything to settle. Take a big breath in, reach your left leg away and reach the crown of the head long. And when you exhale, drop everything. So now we want our body to feel a little floppy. So let left leg roll out. Allow right hip to drop. So all we need to do in this shape is just support our knee. Soothing yourself with your breath. Coming back to that inhale for 4. Maybe feel a little more length in your body. And exhale for 4. With every breath out, dropping like a rag doll. So dropping every muscle. Taking another 2 breaths here. Smoothly in and when you're ready, beginning to let go of your right leg, taking the sole of your foot back to the floor. And you can rock your knees from side to side here. And then lengthen your legs into a little shavasana. We'll just take a moment to feel into both sides of your hips and your body. Maybe feeling into your left leg. Noticing if it feels heavy or light. If it feels spacious or congested. And comparing those sensations to the left leg. Does it feel heavy or light? Spacious or congested? And when you're ready, with a big inhale, take a little stretch. And then exhale, start to hug your left knee into your chest. And if this is too much on your lower back, you can pop a blanket or bend your right knee. So we don't want to feel any pain in our backs. We do want to feel a bit of a stretch around the hamstring on the left side, the bent leg side, maybe a bit around the hip and release in the lower back. Whilst feeling a bit of an opening across this front hip here on the right side. So let's take a breath in, see if you can get a little longer. So we're just lengthening our bones here, lengthening our posture. And when you exhale, drop your muscles, allow your legs to flop. And we come into our edge. Taking a few moments here to find your comfortable space. Maybe a little rock before settling into stillness. Allowing the pose to work its magic. So noticing any areas that perhaps feel a little tight or tweaky. And the idea here is to take your breath to those places. So we focus our mind and imagine breathing in through your skin into those tight spots. With every breath, it creates expansion. Every exhale allows it to dissolve away. Taking another 2 breaths here. And when you're ready, you can release your left leg, taking your foot back to the floor. It might be quite nice here just to rock your knees from side to side, so bending your right knee and just releasing around your hips and your back. If you'd like to bend knees to chest, also feels good for a little rock from side to side. And when you're ready to float your feet back to the floor, please do. And for this one, we're going to use our block. So we're going to take a resting position, staying on our back, but taking a back bend. So using our block here to lift the hips and create an inversion sort of back bend. So placing the block, it can go on different levels depending on how this feels in your body. So the lowest level will sit here and it goes right to the lower back. So we're not on the bones here, we're on the flat part of the sacrum. So it feels very, very comfortable. And either staying here, if this feels very, very good, it can feel very restorative and restful. To go a little deeper and higher for a deeper stretch, turn up to the second level. So block comes up to its side here. And just take what you need today. So making this practice fit you, fit your body, fit your mind. And either keeping the feet and the knees parallel, feeling a little stretch here, perhaps across the front of your hips, a bit of a release in your back, and there should be no pain or tension anywhere else in your body. And as this evolves, you can start to walk your feet away or lengthen both legs, feeling a stretch move to here. Or if this is a little deep for you today, maybe just one leg can bend and one leg can be straight, and you can alternate. Or for a little bit more restorative and a bit more low back release, walk your feet to the edges of your mat and allow your knees to rest in on each other. So a lot to play with here depending on your mood. So taking a moment to let this work for us. So big breath, making sure there's space around your neck and the top of your head. And as you exhale, relax shoulders, relax your arms, and allow your hips to relax here, to drop. So just feeling those sensations. So at any point in the practice, you feel a sharp pain or a burning sensation, or you just get a sensation that something doesn't feel quite right, then please back out of the pose, coming back to a place that feels comfortable. Often in yin yoga, less is more. last 2 minutes of this pose. If you'd like to stretch one leg straight, you can, or just walk it gently a little further away until you feel the change in the shape. Or take both legs long if that feels good and you've done this before. And just feel what happens here. And then if you'd like to swap legs, or keep both long or both bent as you wish, then maybe start to bend right knee, slide left foot away for our last minute here to rest. Noticing if it feels different on this side. And taking another breath here. Softly exhaling and draw left knee back to bent. Placing both feet on the floor, lifting your hips very gently. And we'll lift up and release the block from underneath us. Very slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, rolling your spine back down to the floor. Allowing pelvis to land and either rocking knees from side to side. Just a moment here to release. And then beginning to draw knees to chest. Give that a big hug. And here having another rock from side to side. It may feel good to release your lower back. If you've been sitting or standing a lot today, you may be feeling it here. So just let that go. And now we're going to move up towards our chest. So we're going to, again, working with our posture, so creating length and strength. And we're going to roll to our bellies, so we can let the legs go. And we'll roll all the way over. I'm going to come and lie this way on my mat. And from here, we can come up to our elbows. So having the elbows shoulder distance apart, the hands just resting palms down ahead of you. The feet around hips distance apart rather than together. But have a feel into your back. It might be more comfortable if your legs are slightly further or slightly closer together, depending on the way your bones are put together and what you can feel today in your back. So from here, we're going to rest in Sphinx pose. So allowing yourself to drape across the floor, letting your belly rest and kind of feeling like you're lifting, pressing elbows into the floor just to lift your chest. So this one's all about opening up from the mid-back to the upper back and the chest. So maybe a moment here, just allow your hips to drop. Maybe your heels want to roll out a little. And we'll start to come into the breath. So there should be no pain in your lower back here. If this is a little too strong, walk your elbows forward, decreasing the bend in the lower back and moving it up towards the chest a little bit. So always have a play, have sliding forward and back, seeing where the sweet spot is today. Taking a breath in, see if you can reach the crown of your head to the sky. See if you can reach your tailbone away from you, so lengthening here. Again, if you feel any dumping in your lower back, this helps to lengthen the spine and iron out any kinks. Noticing if you're holding tension in your legs. And as you breathe out, let them drop. Taking another 2 breaths into your belly here. This is not an easiest pose to hold for your arms. Exhaling, and let's start to walk elbows away. Taking a rest in crocodile for a moment, so you can rest your head on your hands. It might be nice to rock your hips from side to side here. So always doing anything you need to release the residue of these poses, to be comfortable in your body. A little roll of your shoulders if you felt that from the lifting. And we're going to take this pose just a little bit deeper now. So if that was comfortable for you, or if it was still a little too strong, walk elbows even further away and come to this kind of position. So like a big cat, a lion, just lounging across the savannah here. Maybe feeling this in your chest. Or walk elbows back to underneath your shoulders. If you like that here, you can stay here. Or to go a little deeper still, lengthen your tailbone. So here we're kind of lengthening, scooping under, and we're going to press up here. So lift the elbows, lengthening the arms. So here, this is seal pose. So we're coming in a little bit deeper. We're opening the heart, a little bit stronger here. We'll be here for 3 minutes with a little extra option to tag on at the end. So let's find our edge, being comfortably uncomfortable. So that means that we're still able to breathe smoothly, slowly and gently in for 4. And smoothly out for 4. If you're finding your breath gets a little ragged, then start to drop down a little. Coming back to a place of comfortable tension. Again, if you're feeling this in your lower back, reach your tailbone away. Lift the crown of your head to the sky. go a little deeper, you can walk your fingers towards your waist, drawing your hands towards you. You're feeling a nice opening down the front of your body. Keep legs soft, no clenching here. For our last minute, if you like to come deeper still, you can lift both feet. If this is too strong, you can do one leg, and I'll give us 30 seconds and then we can swap over. Or going both legs at the same time. So here, creating a lot of opening in the front of the body. Also here, obviously engaging the back of the body, the glutes, hamstrings. So soothing your breath deep and swapping legs if you're only using one leg up, bending the other knee. Keep lifting out of your shoulders, being in a place where this feels good, therapeutic for your body. Taking one more big breath in here, all the way deep down in for 4. And then soothing out for 4. You can let legs come back to the floor, bend your elbows, move very slowly here, and we'll come back to crocodile. So walking your elbows away and resting your head on your hands. You could rock your hips, release your back. Noticing those feelings up and down your spine. Taking another breath in here. And as you exhale, we're going to press back to elbows, coming back to our knees for a little child's pose. So you can draw the big toe hands together and the knees wider apart. And then just start to gently rest head towards your hands, or if you're feeling a little stiff from the back bend, you can sort of stack your fists here and then start to rest down. Take a few breaths up and down your spine. It's sometimes nice to rock from side to side. You can keep your arms overhead or drop them down towards your feet. One more breath here, just allow that to lengthen, reach your hips away. And as you breathe out, start to roll yourself up to a seat here. So what are you feeling? A little longer, finding the length, nice strong backs as well. So for this one, you might need a block. We're going to open into our hips, so creating more space again, giving us that lift and length that is so good for us. And maybe your blanket. So the blanket's going to be knee padding, and we're going to take a baby dragon lunge. So here we go. We'll start with the right leg forward, so coming onto knees and stepping your right foot forward here. So it's up to you if you want to tuck your back toe or untuck. Just feel the difference. Perhaps it's more comfortable in your knee one way or the other. Perhaps you feel more or less stretch depending on your feet and your legs. So from here we can use the block. We want to keep lifted up nice and high. So when we do this, we allow the hips to drop forward and down at this sort of angle here. So allowing this to feel good. We're keeping the ankle and the knee in one line here, not falling over the foot. And from here, you should be feeling a really nice deep stretch around your hips. This is going to release the lower back. And as we lift up like this, you're going to feel a deeper stretch on the back, the front of the back hip, so your left hip. So here, this might be useful to have your block just to help lift if it becomes too strong, or you can come a little deeper. So again, taking some moments here, just finding that edge. So letting your body adapt to this shape. And all the poses, every yoga pose that we have and we practice, it's all about us, about our bodies, rather than trying to achieve a pose. It's making the pose work for us. So noticing where it feels good. And starting to learn as well when it's right to pull back. And seeing if you're gathering any tension around your face or around your shoulders. It's so easy to let it creep back in, particularly when we're working with the hips. Taking another breath here. And when you're ready, begin to press your hips back. So we're drawing the hips back. We can take hands to the floor if that's helpful in helping us move back. Take the knees back together. Maybe a little rock from side to side, or perhaps rolling in circles. It's whatever you need to do here to feel good. And going in both directions. And then we'll move over to the other side. So you're taking your block over to the right hand. And here we'll step left foot forward. And again, finding that nice alignment here. So not falling over the foot like this. Nice long line. And it's okay to have the foot further away than the knee. Just this helps to protect the integrity of the knee. So pressing that left foot down, and here just finding your edge. So feeling this in your hips, and let's allow ourselves to just explore here. So noticing what feels good, what feels maybe bad, and drawing ourselves back a little bit. having a play, maybe keeping toes untucked. Or perhaps it works better to tuck them and just see what that difference makes. And then drawing your mind back to your breath. Slowly in for 4, nourishing your body. As we exhale, allow muscles to soften and we breathe away toxins. It's this cleansing, soothing breath that guides us through our practice. Taking another breath here. Inhale, nice and long. And exhale, start to press your hips back, press your hands down. And take your hands to the ground and step your left foot back. Here, spreading fingers across the ground. Let's take some little hip circles. Releasing and feeling. And the other way. And then from here, we're going to come and make our way back down to the floor. So our final pose, we're going to take a chest opener. So it's an absolutely beautiful way just to help us relax, unwind for the end of the day, and just to create a bit more space around here to stop this kind of hunching over that we all tend to get into doing in society. So coming to lie on our bellies. It's always quite nice here, just keeping a blanket perhaps just to lie across with soft padding. And from here, we're going to take, I'll take my right arm so you can see, out to the side in a cactus. And from here, I'm going to bend my left knee. So it's taking a little bit of a twist, and we can use the block or you can use your hands to rest your head on here. So here, feeling the bit of the twist, and also like a butterfly shape with your knee. So if you can see there, so what it looks like on the other side is the leg is up like this, and I'm gazing over to the bent leg. So nice stretch around the front of the shoulder here. So right arm lifted, left knee lifted and pressing away from you, and taking your gaze over to the left side. Taking another breath here. Inhale, get a little longer. And as you exhale, we'll start to drop the left knee back down. Start to turn the head. We can move the block. Maybe just drawing right arm back in, maybe back to a little sphinx. You can give that shoulder a roll. And we'll make our way to the other side. So here, drawing left arm into cactus, drawing right knee just out to the side here. So you get a nice stretchy open here on the hips. And again, maybe dropping head down or finding something to rest your head on. Not crushing a microphone. And then let's come into this little shape. So we're feeling the stretch. Again, the higher you lift here, if you have a block under your head, the deeper the stretch across your shoulder. So just feeling what works well for you today. Big fan of adjusting and choosing. We get to choose and make our own choices every day. Let's take a breath in here. And then very gently exhale. And begin to roll out of this position. So lowering your knee. We'll come into Shavasana. So maybe just rolling all the way over. You can stay lying on your blanket if that feels good. And then spreading arms and legs wide off your mat if that feels good for you. Let's take a breath in. Get longer through your toes, through your fingers, through your head. And as you exhale, drop every muscle. Let go of every bone. And allow your body to sink. Feel every sensation that's happening in your body. Explore your fingers, your toes, around your lips, and your face. Letting go of your breath. Starting to draw your awareness to your breath. Noticing how you're breathing, the quality of your breath. You notice yourself breathing a little freer, a little deeper than before class. Let's wiggle our fingers and toes. Maybe roll wrists and ankles. And then take a stretch. Take a yawn or a sigh. Make this feel so good. And then gently bend your knees to your chest. Have a rock from side to side. And then rolling yourself over to your favourite side. Catching yourself. And just pausing for a moment here. Taking a breath. When you're ready, slowly helping yourself up to a seat. Sitting up tall and comfortable, feeling the change in your posture. Maybe feeling a little longer in your back, a little freer in your hips and your shoulders. Taking a final breath together. Release. Being so proud of yourself for taking this time to give yourself some love. Drawing palms together at your heart and bowing your head to your hands. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for this yin class today. It's a pleasure to teach and to see you, and I see you in the next class.